Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Wave invoice on Zoho Forms submission. So let's suppose I am running an online business and I am collecting all my leads with the help of Zoho Forms. Now I want that whenever there is a new form submission, an invoice should be automatically created for this customer for the service which he has opted for. Doing this manually will be a very time consuming task, so I am completely going to automate this process, and to do this automation I am going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I am going to build this connection in such a way that whenever I receive new form submission in my Zoho Forms, the invoice will be automatically created in my Wave account. Now if you want to learn this amazing automation step by step, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Wave invoice on Zoho Forms submission. For this, we are going to create automation between Zoho Forms and Wave with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com/connect/inr/ in your browser. Now after browsing the website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on this sign in, and if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll click on the sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. Here I have to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And it has taken me to this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders that I have created over here. Now if you want to create a new folder, you simply have to click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow button, and first I need to provide the workflow name, and then I have to select the folder in which I want to save that workflow. So first let's name this workflow as how to create Wave invoice on Zoho Forms submission, and now I need to select my folder. So these are the folders that have been created, and here I am going to select this as Forms Automation and then click on Create. Now here, as soon as I click on Create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is trigger, other is action. So trigger says when this happens, and action says do this. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow, but as many as action steps as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to create Wave invoice on Zoho Forms submission, which means whenever there will be form submission in my Zoho Forms, an invoice will be automatically created in my Wave account, which means whenever there will be form submission in my Zoho Forms, this complete workflow here will get triggered, because trigger says when this happens. So when form submission in my Zoho Forms happens and then action says do this, then I have to create Wave invoice. So here in my trigger application, I'll be taking this Zoho Forms, and then in my action application, I'll be taking this Wave. So here in my trigger application, let's take Zoho Forms. And then in my trigger event, I am going to take this new form submitted. Now I need to make connection between Zoho Forms and Pabbly Connect, for which a webhook URL is provided to me. And this webhook URL is going to act as a bridge to connect my Zoho Forms with Pabbly Connect. So reading this help desk, I am going to make this connection. And to make this connection, let me open my Zoho Forms account. So this is my Zoho Forms account, and these are the forms which have been created. I am going to use this mastering digital marketing form in this workflow. So now I have to set up the connection between my Zoho Forms and Pabbly Connect. So I am going to use this form, and for making this connection, I have to click on this settings option, and then I am going to click on this integrations on the top. Now on the left hand side where I can see all these options, I am going to click on this webhooks, and then I have to provide the webhook URL. Now over here, I am going to remove this previously existing webhook URL, go back to my Pabbly Connect workflow, copy this webhook URL and paste that webhook URL over here. Next, I need to select my content type. So here I need to select this as application/JSON. I have selected that. Then in the authorization type, I am going to select this as journal. Here I have all these fields which I have in my form. And then this URL parameter and custom headers are not required. Now after adding this webhook URL, I'm simply going to click on the save, and here the changes have been saved. I have successfully added the webhook URL which I was provided in my Pabbly Connect workflow here in this particular form. And now if I go back to Pabbly Connect, I can see this waiting for the webhook response, and under this it is written, now log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. Now this means, so as to get the webhook response over here, I need to do a test submission. For that, I'll be opening this particular form where I have built this webhook connection. Now I'm going to do the form submission, and after my form submission has been done, all the details should be captured here in this workflow, and this will show us the connection setup that we have created with the help of this webhook URL between Pabbly Connect and Zoho Forms that is successful. So here I am going to open my form, and to open this form I am going to click on this access form button on the top right corner. So here this form has appeared in front of me, and now I am going to fill some dummy details in all these fields. So here I have added my first name as current, last name as user, phone number as this, email address as current123@pabblytudes.com, and the service that I am interested in is, let's say, web development. Now I'm going to click on this submit, and here I've successfully done this form submission. Now all these details should be captured in my Pabbly Connect workflow. So let's open my workflow quickly. So here we have received the response successfully. The first name that I added was current, the last name was user, phone number was this, email address was current123@pabblytudes.com, and the service that we were interested in is web development. And this means the connection setup that we have created with the help of this webhook URL between Pabbly Connect and Zoho Forms that is successful. And now whenever there will be form submission in this particular form, I will start receiving that response here in this workflow. Now moving on to the next step, whenever there is Zoho Form submission, I want to create Wave invoice. So then in my action application, I'll be taking this Wave. But before creating my action step, it is important to know that whenever a customer is already existing or already created in my Wave account, only then the invoice will be created. So first I need to search whether this current user is an already existing customer of my Wave or not. For that, I'm going to click on this add action button, and then I'm going to search for my action application, which is Wave. And then in my action event, as I want to know whether this customer is already existing or not, for that I'm going to click on this get customer by email, because I have received the email of that customer in my response, and I'm going to search for my customer with the help of the email. So I'm going to click on this connect. So if you have an existing connection, click on the save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection. And now to make this connection, I have to click on this connect with Wave. Here I have already logged in my Wave account, and that's why I just need to grant away some permissions, for which I'm going to click on this allow access. And it is always advisable to keep your applications logged in for the easy authorization, and here authorization successful, which means Wave is now connected to my Pabbly Connect. Next I need to enter the business and the customer email. So here I have this business in my Wave account which is already selected, and now I need to enter my customer email. Now I'm not going to enter this email address manually. Instead, I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I'm going to enter data from my previous response. Now when I click on this customer email field, I can see this Zoho Forms, and when I click on this, I can see all the response that I've received from there. Here I need to enter the customer email, and the email that I have received in the response is current123@pabblytudes.com. Now over here, mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in this field. Manually entering the data will make this field static, and the information will not change even if you have received the new response. Over here, if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep this field dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. Now that I have entered the customer email, I am going to click on the save and send test request and check whether the customer is existing or not. And here I have received the response. The customer is already existing. I have received the customer ID, and the rest of the details are also same. The email address of this customer was current123@pabblytudes.com, and this was the phone number. So now that I have received the response, and the response is that the customer is already created, now I can create the invoice for this customer. But as I have told you earlier, the invoice can be only created for the customer who is existing, and it will not be created if the customer is not existing. So here we have two routes, if the customer is existing, and the other is for if the customer is not existing. So we are going to create the automation for both of these routes. So here the customer is created, and next the invoice will be created for that customer. And if the customer is new, first of all we have to create the customer, and then the invoice will be created for that new customer after it has been created in my Wave. So here, as we have two routes, we are going to apply router in this workflow, and for that I'm going to click on this add action button, and then I'm going to search for my action application, which is router. So router will help us identify two conditions in this workflow and follow the part of those two conditions in the two different routes. So now I'm going to select my action event as conditionally run, and router is the last condition of any workflow, and we cannot add any further step after that. Whatever actions we have to perform, we have to set up those actions in this router step only. So now I'm going to click on this connect. So now we have two routes over here. First is for the existing customer and second is for the new customers. If you have more routes in your workflow, you can simply click on this add route button and then create the new route. Now first I'm going to rename this route 1 and route 2 as the existing customer and the new customer, and then my route 2 as the new customers. Now that I've renamed these two routes, first I'm going to set up this existing customer's route. For that, I'm going to click on the set filter and action steps. So now I have to set the condition on the fulfillment of which I have to run this route. So here I want the person who has submitted the Zoho forms is an existing customer of Wave, then the invoice should be created. And if the customer is a new customer, then this route should stop. So here we have received the filter, we have to apply the filter over here. Filter will help us set condition in this workflow, and if the condition is true, then this workflow will continue to run, otherwise it will stop. So first I need to select the label. For that I am going to map the label, and here I have received the customer ID in my Wave action step. So here I am going to map that customer ID by clicking on this Wave response, and then I am going to map this customer ID as this one. And in my filter type, I am going to select this as exists. So whenever the customer ID exists, I want this workflow to run. Now as I've selected the label from the previous step, it will automatically going to be replaced with a new response. And if the customer ID will not be existing, this workflow will be stopped, and it will be followed with the next route. So here we have set the condition, and now we are going to click on the save and send test request and check whether the condition is true or not. So here I can see that the status is success and the condition is true. So now that the condition is true, which means the customer is existing, now we have to create the invoice for that customer. And now we have to click on this add action button, and then I'm going to search for my action application as Wave. And then as I have to create the invoice, I'm going to select my action event as create invoice with basic details. Now I'm going to click on this connect. So as I have already an existing connection, I'm going to click on the save. And now I need to enter all these details. So the first one is business. So here as I have just one business and it is already selected, next I need to enter the customer ID. So I'm going to map this customer ID, and for that I have to follow an important step. I have to toggle this button on off mapping, and then I have to remove this previously existing customer ID, and then we are going to map this customer ID so as to make this field dynamic. So here I am going to follow the same process. I am going to click on this Wave response where I have received my customer ID. So my customer ID is this one. So I have mapped that. Next, I need to enter the product. In this drop down, we can find all the products that I have in my Wave account, but I cannot enter these products from here because this will make this field static, and we want to keep this field dynamic. For that, I need to enter my product ID. So let me open my Wave account. So this is my Wave account. On the left hand side where I can see all these options, I'm going to click on the sales and payments, and then I have to go to this products and services. Here you can see all the services that I have. The first one is social media marketing, second one is web development, and the last one is website design. So here, as I've told you that I cannot directly select my services from this drop down, I have to map this, and to map this I have to get this product ID in my previous response. So first of all, let's get the IDs of these products. So first of all, here I have the social media marketing. I have selected that product, and now I have to toggle this button on off mapping. Here I have received the product ID. So here I am going to copy this product ID and paste that product ID somewhere safe. So here in this way, I have received all the 3 product IDs and I have copied and pasted that. So now that I want to receive these products ID in my previous response, I am going to add one more action step before this action step. And first of all, I am going to cross this and click on this add action button. And then I am going to search for a feature which is lookup table. So lookup table is going to fetch out the product ID for the response that we have received in the earlier response, which means in the Zoho Forms response. So now in my action event, I'm going to click on this lookup table and then click on this connect. So first of all, now it's asking me to enter the lookup key, which key I'm looking for. So I'm looking for the key which I've received in my previous response. So I've received the response in my Zoho Forms, and when I click on this, I can see the response that I've received for the service or the product that I was interested in is web development. So here, as I've selected this, it will be automatically going to replaced with every new response. And when the response will be captured, the lookup key will be replaced, and according to the data we have over here, the value will be fetched out, which means the product ID will be fetched out. So for that, I have to first provide the label and the value. So first of all, we have three services. So let's click on this add button. So first of all, my service is social media marketing. So I'm going to copy this and paste that over here. Then we have the web development. So I'm going to copy this and then paste that in the next label. And then the last one is website design. I'm going to follow the same process and paste that label over here. Now here I have extracted the product ID for each of these services. So I'm going to paste those IDs over here in this value field. Now after adding all these labels and the values, I'm going to click on the save and send test request. And here I'm provided with the ID of this web development service. So here I'm going to open my router step. And then I'm going to click on the set filter and action steps. So here, as I've received the product ID, I'm going to follow the same process that I have used in this customer ID. I'm going to toggle this button on, remove this previously existing product ID, and then now I'm going to map the product ID which I have received in my lookup. So this was the product ID. So here now I need to provide the item description and the item price. So we are going to follow the same whole process that we have followed to capture and map this product ID. And for that we are going to use two more lookup tables. So let's go back again. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to clone this step by clicking on this three dots, and then I'm going to click on this clone step. And then I need one more lookup table. So for that I'm again going to clone this step. Now I am going to rename these steps. So here the first table is for the product ID, the second is for the description, and the third one is for the price. So here I am going to rename each of these tables. The first one is for the product, and the second one is for the product description, and the third one is for the price. So here I am going to click on this rename, and I am going to rename this to product price. Now here I need the description. So I have removed all the values, and then here I have added my three services, which was social media marketing, web development, and website design. And the lookup key will be here same as we have cloned the step. All the details provided earlier are here. So next I need to enter the description to all these products or the services. For that I'm going to open my Wave account, and here this is the description. So I'm going to copy the description and paste that in my value field, and then I'm going to copy this web development description and paste that in this value field, and then I'm going to do the same for this website design, paste that in the value field. So here I'm going to click on the save and send test request, and here we have received the response. The description for the web development is this one. Now in the similar manner, I am going to set up the lookup for this product price. So now let's open this, remove all the previous values. The lookup key will be same, and here are the three products or the services, and now I need to enter the prices of these three products. So the first one is social media marketing. I'm going to copy this, 14,999. So I'm going to copy this and paste that. Next is web development. So the web development is of 37,999. So I'm going to copy this and paste that over here. Next is website design. So the website design is 15,000 rupees. So I'm going to copy this and paste that over here. So I've entered all the amounts, and now I'm going to click on the save and send test request. So here I have received the response for the web development. The price is 37,999. So now I'm going to open my router step. So here we have already entered the customer ID and the product ID, and now I have received the response for this description and the price. So here I am going to map the description also. Here this is the description. And then I am going to map the item price. So the item price was this one, 37,999. So here next I need to enter the quantity. So as I am selling the service, I have just one quantity. I'll enter that. In your case, if you are selling the product, you can map that response of the number of the quantity selected by the customer. Next, I need to enter the currency, and my currency is INR. So here I have manually entered the currency. Next I need to enter the invoice title. So here I am going to write invoice for, and then I'll put hyphen, and then I'm going to map the name of the customer, which was current user, and then hyphen, I will map the service. And then I am going to select my invoice status as saved. And now after selecting all these details, as these fields are not required one, for now I am going to skip this. So now here, while mapping the product price, I have removed all the decimals and the rupees sign from here and received that response which I am going to map. So here I have mapped my item price, which is 37999. And now that I have added all these values, I'm simply going to click on the save and send test request. So here I can see that I have received the response, which means my invoice is created. So now let's open my Wave account. On the left hand side where I can see all the options, I'm going to click on this invoices. And here I can see that the new invoice has been created with the amount 37999. So now if I open this, I can see that the invoice is created for the current user and the service was web development. Here are the rest of the details. Here we can see the currency, the price, the name of the customer, email address, phone number, address, and the rest of the details. Here we can see the service description and the quantity. This means our connection is absolutely successful up till here. Now my next objective is, if the customer who has submitted a form is not an existing customer of Wave, I have to first create that customer and then create the invoice for that customer. So for that we have to create a new route. For that I have to click on this add new route button, and then I am going to rename this route to new customers. And now I am going to click on the set filter and action steps. Now again I have to follow the same process. I have to set the condition. So I want that whenever the customer ID will not be existing. So here I am going to follow the same process and map the customer ID, and then in the filter type this time I am going to take this as does not exist. So now I'm going to click on the save and send test request, and here I can see that the condition is false because we have mapped the customer ID which is existing. But in real time, if the customer is a new customer and this customer ID is not existing in my Wave, then this condition will become true and the workflow will run from this route. So next I have to click on this add action button, and if the customer is not existing, I have to first create the customer. For that I am going to take my action application as Wave, and then in my action event I am going to select this as create a customer, then click on this connect, and as I have an existing connection I am going to go with save. So the business is already selected. I am going to enter the customer or the business name. So here I have received the response which is current user. And then I have received the response for the first name. So first name was current, last name was user. And then the email address was current123@pablitudes.com, and I'm going to enter the phone number which I have received. And next I'm simply going to click on this save and send test request. Here the customer is created, and now if the customer is created, I want to create the invoice for this customer. For that I'm going to click on this add action button, and then I'm going to search for the same action application which is Wave. And then in my action event, I'm going to select this as create invoice with basic details, and then click on this connect, select the existing connection, go with save. So now I'm going to follow the same process. I'm going to map the customer ID. I'm going to remove this previously existing customer ID, and then I'm going to map the customer ID from this Wave response. The customer ID is this. I'm going to follow the same process to enter my product ID. I'm going to turn on this mapping button on, remove this previously existing product ID, and then I received the product ID from this response. I'm going to map the product ID. Next, I need to enter the item description. So I have received this item description from my previous response, which is this one. So I'm going to enter this, and then I have received the item price. So the item price is this one. Next, my quantity is 1. The currency is INR, and the invoice title is invoice for. I'll enter the name, current user, and then put hyphen and the name of the service which was web development. And the invoice status is saved. And now I'm going to simply click on the save and send test request. So here it's showing me customer ID is required. I have already entered the customer ID. But if this happens, do not panic. Simply you have to refresh this field, and then you have to again map the customer ID. So here the customer ID I have mapped, and then I'm again going to map the product ID. And now I'm going to click on the save and send test request. So here we have successfully received the response, and now the invoice will be created for my new customers also. So here we have successfully created this workflow automation where the invoice will be created for the existing customer, and if the customer is not existing, I have created this route for the non-existing customers. So I have first created the customer and then created the invoice for that same customer. So here we have successfully created automation between Zoho Forms and Wave with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.